So it's like, you need to kind of maybe respect our generation a little more. I want to talk about this real quick, too, because we've been talking about Elon Musk every single week on this thing because, whatever. But today, he bought Twitter.
Yeah.
Officially, right? Okay, so it's like, but I got to share this tweet. Okay. And it's fascinating watching, like, we've talked about this, too, how the religious right and the progressive left have kind of flip-flopped over the course of the past 20 years, right, where the religious right was always trying to censor, tell you what you can't do, all the things you can't do, religious right. Now it's like the progressive left is all the things you can't do, can't say, censored, right? And you see all these, all this narrative flipping. So it was fascinating watching liberals freaking out over Elon Musk talking about breaking free speech back to Twitter. And it's like, you want to sit there and say, like, look, guys, you were like 10, 15, 20 years ago, this is all you guys talked about is free speech. Be able to express it. And now you guys want to restrict it. So did you see Mick Foley chimed in? I got to pick on him. Okay. So Mick Foley chimed in on Twitter. All right, let me read his tweet and tell me what you think of this. I'll be giving some serious thought to leaving Twitter for good in the near future. I do not have a good feeling about where this platform is heading. All right, so I tweeted to Mick. Okay, I quote tweeted him, and I just said this. Relax, Mick. You flew off the top of a cage through a table, so I think you can handle reading some tweets you don't like.
Yeah.
Which should obviously be anybody that's upset that that Elon Musk wants to like bring more free speech back into Twitter and stop restricting people for reasons which were never known.
Right.
Like that's the thing. The transparency thing on is the main thing on this that people are concerned about is the fact that people were getting banned. For example, Ryback. Ryback shared this on Twitter today that they sent him they responded to one of his email things, and they're saying, "Hey, we noticed that your content has been restricted because of violations of our terms of service." He goes, we show you can adhere to the terms of service, we'll put your account back. We'll take actions to non-restrict your account. He's like, dude, I've been doing this for 8 years. What have you like? What more do I have to do on my I have an 8-year library of my tweets that are that should not be restricted. It's like, what are you guys doing? And I think that like when people like that are like happy that Elon Musk is like trying to like bring transparency. Why are people being deplatformed? Why are people being kicked off? What are the reasons behind this? And I think that that he wants to fix all that and make it more open and stuff. And I'm all for. I think it's fascinating where people are. I'm getting long-winded here, but I just want to say this: is that we grew up in a period of time where if you turned on Meet the Press on Sunday, there'd be like a senator, like another guy, and a Ku Klux Klan Grand Wizard wearing the hood and everything would be on Meet the Press. And the guy would be sitting there talking about white power and stuff and and like you expose people like this to the public square, and they look at them as like, okay, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you have to by not letting these people speak, you never know like where the baseline is for, speech you don't like and speech that you do. It's like you have to allow the public square, people to think for themselves. Do you like what this guy said? Do you not like what this guy said? Do you agree with what this guy said? But we have to give everybody the right to say things. And it's fascinating that in this day and age, people are upset about being on a platform where people can say whatever they want, which to me is like, I'd like, how did you grow up? Where's your sensibilities? Why are you so fragile that you can't hear things? What do you think about that?
Education, because of all the safe spaces, and they remove things that could possibly offend any students and stuff. They're educated to be softer and to not be able to handle things that they don't agree with. It's they just want to cover their ears and shut their eyes, and that they don't learn any kind of discourse or any kind of dissenting opinions because of that. They can't handle it because they're never taught.
What do you think, Konnan?
I'm against all that. So to me, it's like you said, bro. Let people make up their own mind. Of course, I think that, if you've never been in an alternative
authoritarian
regime, then you really have nothing to compare it to. Now, I've never lived in one, but I've been to places where they did have them. And bro, the fact that, that you're repressed and you can't say what you feel and you gotta watch what you're saying, and who wants to live like that, you know? And that's one of the things that makes it so great. Yeah, we got a lot of problems. Who doesn't? Every country does. You talk about racism, you can go to every single country and that exists. So, but I think that, you know, one of the things that makes us such a great nation is that you have the freedom of speech. And for it to be curtailed in any way, I'm not cool with it. I don't give a what excuse you give me.
Right. That's true.
Agreed.
But there's a lot of people that aren't going to agree. It's fascinating.
Well, that's on them. That's on them. And this is going to have to, I don't know if it's going to have to go to Supreme Court again or what's going to happen, but it just seems to be dividing our country. And that's the last thing that you want. You know,
are you going to be able to be on Twitter without Mick Foley if he leaves Twitter?
I don't know. You know, I don't know where Mick went such progressively left, but, you know.
Yeah, interesting. All right, well, that's been K100 Talks.